Oh yeah, look at all that dip. Oh yeah, red pants. Oh yeah, look at all that dip. Oh yeah, you wish your dip care was dipped like this nigga sauce. Yeah, oh that look like three dips. Oh that is that one dip to anybody out there? Is three dips just ridiculous to think of this amount as three dips? Is that ridiculous for you, man? I'm new to your community. It's just weird. It's just weird. It's just weird. I keep saying that because I don't want to say double cancer because you go from smoking for 10 years to, hey, maybe we should just dip just a little. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like my southern accent sounds fake because I always sounded like I was from the north. And then I lived in the north for like 4 years, like 2 years ago or whatnot. So anyway, yeah, man, look, that's a lot of dip. So I would just dip that clearly, right? Not all of that at this time, I don't think. But I just took a small little nugget, right? Took a little nugget, right? Look at all this dip. This is what you want to see, right? You don't want to see my face. You want to see if I'm really dipping. And that's why I dipped out last time because I wasn't really dipping. Now I dip back in there because now it's like, fuck it, I'll just start dipping, right? And then it helps me like tone down on smoking, like, because if I can smoke, then I will, right? If let me smoke, I will, you know what I'm saying? But, like, like, kind of don't do that kind of thing. Like, maybe you can, like, think about, like, not doing that, maybe, like start saying everything like you're just now thinking about it. Like, what if I always talked like I was having an epiphany? Oh my goodness. And then you do that on camera as an actor. And that's why I'm the GOAT. That's why I'm the greatest. I'm the GOAT, man. I'm Chad Films. It's like, why? Because even to today, like, how many filmmakers, right, like, have their last name Films? Like, real talk, like, think about it. It's like, all of the filmmakers out there, like, why don't they call their last name Films? Whatever, Films. Like, if it's, like, the production company, yeah, right? You this and that Films. But, I mean, like, their name. Like, of course, like, I'll do Chad Xavier Films Incorporated, right? Or like productions or cinema, right? But Chad Xavier Films, cinema, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, something like Chad Xavier Films Group, kind of like a film group, a group of films. Boom, we could do that. Chad Xavier Films Group. That's perfect because I'm like the sequel king and I have all these stories and stuff like that. So, I'm posted up right now. I'm about to do some typing, so I'm going to record the video on the webcam laptop while I'm typing. What am I going to type? I am going to type. I am going to type uh, a news story, right? I call it a story. It's really a narration for a documentary. A documentary. So this would be my first documentary. Boom. Okay, so how do you start off your first one, right? So I've been thinking about names. Like, I'm really thinking, call it Sad Chad, because on some real shit, I had like a series of audio called Sad Chad from when was the first Sad Chad ever? Like, it was definitely before 2018 because I have a file from 2015, 2016 telling stories about 2014 working at Cracker Barrel. And on there, I woke up depressed. And I opened up the audio segment like that, like, yo, I just woke up and I'm just like super depressed right now, bro. And I uh, started I woke up, then felt the depression, then started thinking about Cracker Barrel stories to make myself feel better. And then I was like, that's how I'm gonna record this. So I went and recorded that. I was like, yo, I just woke up, I was super depressed. Then I started thinking about Cracker Barrel stories, and it made me feel better. So I'm going to read that. I'm going to tell you some stories now. And then I just did it for an hour. And just telling all these funny stories, and it's just funny ass fucking stories, man. And I told them, then I came back and I was like, yeah, I feel better now, like at the end of them and shit. So once I listened to that whole thing, I was like, this is one folder. I set this up as one folder. This is one session. I did this together. I did half and half. I was like back in 2016, like 2015 and shit, like from stories in 2014. I did this shit. So ain't no telling how many times I did that shit before. Like that's just what it was. It was like me recording. Period. Was me fighting the depression, me fighting the sadness. Period. That's what it was doing. Period. It was period point blank art therapy. It was period. That's what it was. So it was like, okay, look, I was on YouTube for like a 2 year period before this channel. Like before this channel, like this channel is actually like my third or fourth, fifth channel. Like you have Kiwi TV, then I had one set up Average Breakers, then I had another set up Nikki D promo. So like 1, 2, 3, 4 easy, right? And I started a new one, so I'm at like 5. You know what I'm saying? So and all of those besides the fifth one are gone. And Kiwi TV is still there, but I don't have access to the account. Phone number changed, of course, in that time, so can't get it, and it's just like shit, right? Fucked up. Didn't have it set for recovery account for mine, or I think it did, but it still just wouldn't let me do it. It just universe like fuck it. So it is what it is. That shit's done, and you know, like universe locked the shit off. Like, you know what I'm saying? My YouTube channel's fucking popping, nigga. You know what I'm saying? My shit's fucking crazy. Like real shit, right? So, what else? What else? Uh, I'm going to do. I probably call it Sad Chat. Sad Chat, the documentary, like real shit. Sad Chat and shit, and do it like that because I was gonna call it like Fatalist. Fatalist documentary. That's what I really want to call it. But in essence, it's just it's a sad Chad project. And sad Chad was just like me. Like right now, I'm Chad and I'm sad. So I'm going to record sad Chad. Like there's nothing else I can do in a creative fashion right now but express how I feel. Right now, I feel some wild shit. It's like you're in the booth with the creator, but he's also like a filmmaker. So it's like, all right, well, he's gonna go in the recording booth and record his thoughts right now. So then it's like, well, Chad, what genre are your thoughts in now? And then he looks at you and it's like horror. And it's just like, oh shit. Like, all right, cool. And then it's like, go through it in the hour and a half, 2 hours, boom, bam, boom, right? Come back out the booth. Now the dude's like, that was horrifying, but not horrible. So, you know what I'm saying? Horrifying, but great. Horrifyingly great. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. So, I'm going to type up the concepts that I'm going to talk about in the scenes, right? And then my mom is a writer as well, and she's a teacher, right? Went to college for education. So that's probably not what her degree says, my friend. But we'll let that slide, right? Please let that slide. Please, 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 man, please let that slide, right? Hey Google, we're not using you right now. Like what's the name of the degree? Like, so what else? Gonna type it up on some. We're gonna type it up. Get your ass off my dick, boy. And we're gonna type it up. We're gonna type up concepts, and I'm going to do the project with my mom, and it's like give her the breakout moment with me, like, because I was going to do that anyway. I was going to use her writing in my scripts anyway, and maybe even do a documentary about her writing, like real talk. Like I read through all her writing and then just start to write about it and make a documentary about it, and then read her writing in there and just because she has her books for sale, so put some of the writing out there, and then it's like, okay, this is what's in her books. Let me get all of those in here, and then other ones too, and then everything just comes together, and it's like that's why everyone was so frustrated with me, because literally they were waiting on me, like just destiny. Like even if they say no, I'm not waiting, but at a point there was like you really were banking on me. Like there definitely was a point where everyone was like, everyone expected me to be more successful than them. By now, everyone expected me to be more successful than them and than I am now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's cool. That is okay, right? So with this documentary, we're going to actually explore that time frame of me leaving YouTube at 21 with a popping channel. I left on top. First off, that's what you do. First off, that's what you do. You leave on top. I left at the highest point at that point. Nothing but higher points to come, right? But Honey died, my perspective greatly changed. It was a blessing for it to impact me the way it did, because it really hurt. It was a loss. It was a loss. It was a great loss. It was a great loss. It was a loss. It was a loss. It was like almost like you will I would want to say, looking back on it, it was like a universal sacrifice or some shit, bro, because I was with her as friends, part of this big group. Like she was like the little sister. She's 15. Like we're like 19, so she's like the little sister. She's like the best friend of Isaiah's little sister Aisha. So she was Aisha's best friend, Honey. And then like Aisha had brought her friend over, like Mookie or something, right? And um, like her vibe was just different, right? And then the next week or something, like she brings Honey over, and we're like, "Yo, bring Honey back, bro." You know what I'm saying? Like Honey was just like this real sweet girl, 15 years old, like about as sweet as you're ever gonna be. So she's like just super sweet, man. And I knew her till she was like 18, and she never saw 19. And I was 19 when I met her. She was 15. And I have her on tape, and she's on my YouTube. We were at the mall. Brendan, D. Rich, Varsity, A. Berry, Callaway Sick, Anthony Berry, right? All your fucking names, nigga. So, who am I talking about? All these names. Hey, who am I to say that? So, she comes up to the group on tape. We're at Stonecrest Mall, and in like 2010, or right before the Chad Films thing, right? Like a year before, like a little, you know what I'm saying? Like right before that existed, and then I put it out on my channel. So, way later though, like a year, 2 years after I really stopped posting what I was filming, but I kept filming, right? So, all right, so Honey comes up to the group, she gives me a hug there. The last time I saw her, she had like two guys, like she was talking to two guys. She was in the backyard. It was two guys. I busted corner because it was Nate drove to go pick her up, like for the weekend. So I ride with Nate to go there. I go around the corner, look in the backyard. She sees me, she screams my name and runs to me, hugs me and stuff. And that was the last time I could remember seeing her. Um, she wanted to be an actress. She agreed to act in my movies and stuff. So now I have the pen name that I was writing in before the film opportunity happened was Vanessa Stallone, because she wanted to be an actress. So I was like, Vanessa, her name was Vanessa Malone. And we'll discuss, what she like what changed in me afterwards, and how my perspective changed, but with this sad thing, like I want to just really discuss as much as I can that's relevant, but it's like, why not start the first one off? And this, the situation really bothers my mom, so I want my mom to write answers and her perspective, because it really bothers her that that stuff happened to me. And it's like, it's not her fault, and I don't blame her at all. I don't blame anybody. Like, I resent my dad because he wasn't around when I needed it. So, but as far as what happened, I don't blame anybody.